What is up, everybody? It's I, the People's Machine, coming at you with another episode of the Gaming Round Table. And welcome again, continuing Open World Week. And tonight, Wednesday night, it is Dynasty Warriors 9. Now, I know some people might give me some flack and say, well, isn't Dynasty Warriors more or less an RPG now? And you weren't going to do RPGs? Not really. It does have a ton of RPG elements. This is true. But keeping with the themes of how a lot of game companies decided to go open world, Omega Force decided to do the same thing with this game. They also did that with the Token 2 and went open world, but I may or may not include that. I do not know. But in this particular game, Dynasty Warriors 9 went open world, and for the first time, and it is a ginormous map, and we'll show you this map, and it is basically all of China and then some, and it's absolutely ridiculous. You can even go about 100 miles past the wall of China or so, and it's just crazy big. And if you see all these different icons, I mean, it's looking like an Assassin's Creed game at this point. But they went open world and have added and added and added and added and added to this game, and it's one of the things that I really fell in love with the game. I remember doing several videos when it came out talking about how people were not treating it. They were trying to play the game just like a classic Dynasty Warriors game, and instead of actually looking at the game for how it was made and structured as more of an open world RPG hack and slash action thing, they didn't do that. They just kind of was trying to play it like a normal Dynasty Warriors game, and it's just not how it was really intended to be played, in my personal opinion. And because Omega Force is new to the open world game world, so to speak, even though it's just telling me you can obtain animals now, you can have several tigers and bears and different stuff following you. They've added some pretty high-end legendary weapons. You can buy homes, you can deck them out. And it's just all this stuff that you normally see in actual RPGs. Now, this might be the one exception, as I said before, and that's because I wanted to include it because it's strange to have this game world go this direction. And the fact that they did and put the map the size of frickin' China, it's absolutely insane to see this game and how large and massive it really is. And I'm going to fight a few bandits here and keep talking about the game. And get a little launch going there. And throw that shield out. Boom. I mean, it's so great. The combat is very fun in this role. I currently have the game set graphics to movie mode, because it looks a lot better in movie mode. Some people were saying that the game world is essentially barren and lifeless, and there wasn't a whole lot to do per se, because you spend the most of your time running from point A to point B. But there is a lot of side content and a lot of stuff to do and things to find, and you can craft weapons. There's all this stuff that you would not expect out of a Dynasty Warriors game. And I'm glad that they are making a Dynasty Warriors 9 Empowers. Now, there are people in the camp that said Dynasty Warriors did not need to go open world. That just seemed like a ridiculous thing, because why? There's no reason to do that, and it probably could benefit from its traditional style of gameplay. It isn't like 7 that had a conquest mode where you kind of played different battles and different things and went to towns and talked to people, and that was it. But it wasn't really an open world. They called it Open China, but it really wasn't any of that stuff. I'm just kind of showing you right now the concept here. I'm just running around in my first singular horse. Now, this horse cannot gain levels. Other horses you get can, and they gave away some free super high-end fast horses a while back, a couple updates ago, and the game has updated a lot. But I'm just showing you. Oh no, it did level up. Okay, never mind. This is one of my new horses. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've jumped into the game and play. But as you can see, I can literally go to the top of those mountains and over and then some, and it's just absolutely insane. Just how large how big the game is in scope, and just everything that it encompasses in the open world. The game puts some emphasis on exploration. There are things to find and things to do and things to fight and NPCs to help and all that good stuff, right? That's in the game for sure. And it is nice to have that exploration that you find in here. It is probably not the best looking thing that Omega Force has made. I think they were very conservative in its open world. And granted, yes, there isn't, again, a whole lot, you know, to do. It is a lot of land. And if you stop and think about, if you really stop and think about China in this time period, it would have been that way. It would have been a lot of empty spaces and a lot of stuff. As you can see here, I'm just trying to traverse towards the mountains. You found these bandit camps up here. I have found caves and other interesting things to look around and explore, and I do like that aspect. You find interesting these gold dust, cinnabar, stuff you have for materials that you need, and it is interesting to kind of play through the game. I feel like when you see this little line kind of going across, it's very faint, like it's like drawing in graphics or whatever it's doing. I feel like the game world is somewhat procedural because I've noticed little things like that. But generally speaking, it does have some nice graphical touches, especially when it rains and the way that everything kind of looks. It does have a nice lighting engine. But did Dynasty Warriors 9 really need to go open world? And in my opinion, not really, no. I think people would have been fine with it not being open world, but I think I understand why they wanted to try to do some things differently, because they were basically giving us the same game, the same story over and over. And to do something different was a bold move in the direction. Now, there are some people who fully embraced this concept and others who did not and just kind of wrote it off. And a lot of people were mad because gone was like some of the more crazy over-the-top weapons that were in the game. And then you get into everything else. And what I look at is that, believe it or not, in the Three Kingdoms history, when you look at stuff like what some of the people used, they didn't use some of those weapons. They didn't use, like, Zhang Zhuo didn't use big bombs. He actually used a flail. And he's noted in that, and he, in this game, uses a flail. So they try to get some historical aspects. As you can see, nice little graphical touches. Her footprints are left in the snow, and that's kind of nice. And again, I can see through the vastness, the farthest horizon, and I can go there. And that's just amazing, you know. And there's really no fall damage, so it doesn't really matter. And again, the exploration aspects are there. But I think most people were just confused, and they didn't understand. They're not used to seeing something like this. And so to see something like this is really interesting. And these materials that I'm collecting, some of these you can only find like in this area of the map, and there is that idea. You find out of the way like hideaway homes, and you find out of the way like things. I have found temples that were abandoned and then found some chests in there, and it obtained like a weapon or a bow, and some of that exploration aspects are there. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to deep dive into the game's open world. Yes, it is empty. There isn't a whole lot to do outside of fighting and getting quest lines from people. None of the quest lines will ever take you in side quests like so far away and all this stuff. They're just kind of one-shot, easy experiences. Hey, go take care of this thing. So it is very rudimentary in what you're able to do in the open world outside of general exploring and finding like the hideaway homes. And the hideaway homes you can actually deck out with furniture, and there's some diplomacy stuff you can do in there and send letters to whomever. You can have bodyguards now. You can have animal companions. So they did really embrace a lot of the RPG elements. But the reason I'm even showcasing this game on Open World Week is simply because Dynasty Warriors 9, this will probably be the only one in the series that we see in the open world like this. We probably will never see another one, just because the core fan base basically did not like it, and they'll probably go back to their roots when they do another one. Now, I know they're doing Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. I don't know how that's going to work in the terms of in the open world and how that can be applied. I don't know how that works. If anyone's played the Empires games, you'll understand what I'm saying, because you spend time looking at a map, looking at politics, building this, building that, and then you have to do the battles and raids and take over stuff and take over all the continent and whatnot. So and it usually involves a creative player. And I'll be happy if they do it, though, because I will buy it. I buy all the Mega Forces games, irregardless. So that was kind of a glitch there, as you can see. And I'm just kind of trying to run up mountains that I can't, and now I'm sliding back down. There is some funniness like that to the game, where it kind of glitches and you slide, the horse falls through the wall. I mean, it's kind of funny because they haven't really 100% fixed absolutely everything in the game, and you still run into these issues. So I'm still just traversing along. Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous. See what I mean? Like, it's just so silly. And those glitches and bugs have been in the game since it started. Most of the stuff has been patched out, except that's just something they haven't been able to figure out, I guess, with the horses. And again, I give them a pass. I give them a pass because they have never made an open world game before, and why not? And again, you got all these bandit chiefs you can run across. You find these camps. When you go in, you find like towers you can climb, and it kind of does the Assassin's Creed eagle eye thing where the camera spins around, and then you see things like chests and campfires where you can cook and rest, and again, lots of RPG elements, borrowed from a lot of other games, obviously. When I play the game, and you know, I could be doing side quests and everything else, I just enjoy, like, the vastness of the game world is interesting to me, because the world is so massive, and some of these materials you find up in the mountains are very, very useful and needed for better upgrades and things for your weapons. So you almost have to treat Dynasty Warriors 9 as, like I said before, a hack and slash open world RPG, in that sense. And every game has RPG elements. Even Red Dead 2 and Grand Theft have RPG elements. This does too. Going to my character, you gain levels. This is Lubu's daughter here. You can reforge in weapons. You can upgrade with upgrade points. You have emotes now. You can change your emote if you want to, different ones there, and they keep adding stuff. You have your horse and your animals you can call. I mean, you can literally have 2-3 tigers following you around, and a bear, and that's kind of neat. And it's just excellent in that regard. Playing in the open world, though, it is this crazy vast, landscape. And I mean, it is huge. And most of the fog of war is on, but it is huge, absolutely huge. You can also auto run if you want. It'll go to the nearest road. It'll follow the little blue line there, and I'm gonna let that do that for a minute, and you can just kind of look at the graphics and see what the game is doing. I kind of like doing it off center there. It is done well in the landscaping, because you do come across a lot of different biomes throughout China. Especially if you go to the Gobi Desert, it's just this desert forever. Sun and heat waves coming off everything. You got the mountain regions, you got the bamboo jungle regions, the rice fields. Everything that you would expect to find in the open world is there. In the towns, there are NPCs to talk to. They give you quest lines. And again, was it necessary for Dynasty Warriors 9 to, like everyone else, seem to just embrace it and screw it, we'll do open world? Probably not. Probably unnecessary. But I'm glad that they did try to attempt it. And the reason that I am, see, the horse gets stuck, and you kind of gotta move it sometimes. And you can still move the horse even in auto run, if you want to collect things that are in nearby. And but I like that aspect of the game, and I'm glad that they tried to do it. And the reason I'm glad they tried to do it, and mainly because, like, they've never done anything like this before. And if you are a Dynasty Warriors fan, and have been like me for a long time, I mean, you could be bad at them, but I wasn't. I was happy that they went this route. I thought the whole giant open world China was interesting and unique, different. We have played in so many different, like, areas, open world Japan, open world Manhattan, open world Chicago, open world Mars, planets and whatnot, but never China. And it was nice to kind of get the sense of the vastness and scale of this continent. And yes, there isn't a whole lot going on. It's not like I'm going to run across somebody riding another horse. It would have been nice to run into other people in the Three Kingdoms period, like from the main characters, like, you know, Cao Cao or Liu Bei, just wandering around, and you could, and there are times where you find them in towns and stuff, but it'd be really neat if they were just out riding around and you could have a conversation with them and they give you a quest or you help them. Some of that's not in the game. I think there was some missed opportunities there, but it is still an interesting game nevertheless, and I do like its open world. Like, it's just interesting to play. I'm going to do a full-on gallop to try to get. I mean, if I can follow the line, or I don't really have to. Like I said, as you gain increase in level, your horse stamina down below also increases. And this is not the fastest horse in the game by any means, but they did give us new horses. There is a fast travel system, of course, like any open world game. You do run across that. Watch Dogs even has fast travel. Now this tower thing here, this is one of the ones I was talking about. Let's just jump off here. I can climb the ladder if I want, or grappling hook up. You know, I'll just grappling hook up. It's a little quicker. You know. And I've already gotten this one, but normally the camera would pan out and spin around, and it would locate and find the things that you need to locate. You know, so like it'd show you interesting things that go on in the map when you do that. It's very Assassin's Creed in that way, but that's fine. Again, they're going to look at other open world games and try to borrow from it. Dynasty Warriors 9's open world, it's more about just the idea about the vast empty open spaces of ancient China. And to me, it's like, even, you know, you could fault them for not doing more with it or having more interactiveness with it outside of just finding bandits or whatever you're dealing with. But they kind of had to do it that way because, you know, in this time period, you know, everything was, there was couriers, it was ancient, you know, it was old. There was technology, but not like how we have it, obviously. Like here's these guys here, this assault captain here. I'm gonna have to fight them, I think. So let's go ahead and get into this battle and do this and get these guys going and try to get them beat. There we go. Got that shield out there. And do my special. Muso special. Do a bunch of damage. Oh. Oh yeah, there was a level for you. So I took out most of the guys, which is great. Of course I can do that and auto target connect to NPC. Oh, it's done. Let's do another one. I got Muso's bucket. Better here. See what you gotta do there. So he's done. Go back down here. Surprise him with that attack. They were a little bit considerably higher level than me. I am playing on I think I'm playing on either easy or normal. I don't remember where it's defaulted to. I think it's on easy. Just because it actually is kind of, even on normal, it is kind of difficult. People kind of run roughshod over you a little bit until you get some levels under your belt. And I'll just, once I get a few levels, then I'll go ahead and boost it up to, you know, let's do another one. Get all these guys. There we go, look at that. Yeah, they're running, because they run in fear if you get rid of some of the captains. And there's a big cluster of stuff here. here and collect all this stuff real quick. This is all licorice root, which is I'll need for later stuff. Let's see if we can fight this guy. Threw your shield out, took care of him, gained a couple levels, and then they ran off. And that's how that works. And then once you gain those levels, you get points, and you get all these different items that I've been collecting here, which is important for stuff, and materials. You get a bunch of materials, as you can see here, some of which you can sell because it's worth money. And I've got 101,478 gold, which ain't really anything in this game. And then you get into your upgrade, and I've got 6 points. If I want to give to health or I want to give to stamina, I'm going to give all of it to health. Get a little bit of a health boost there. That would be useful just to kind of bolster my health up. And then we'll continue on. And again, like I said, the open world aspect of Dynasty Warriors 9 is the fact that it does have that vastness. As you can see up here, there's a tower. And I don't know if I've gotten this one. No, I haven't gotten this one. I'll show you what this does. Again, kind of a page out of Watchtower, out of Dynasty Warriors. This time I'll just, instead of grappling hook, I'll just climb up. And this is what, when you get to the top, I'll show you what I mean. This is something they borrowed for sure. So it's going to pan out. And I think, and Far Cry 4 did the same thing. You know, your eagle flies around or whatever, and then it finds spots for you. And that's what this game's about. Open world China, you know, the map in particular, you got your stories, and this is going to show you like all your story stuff. So, you know, then you've got, if you just want to see what every town's facility, what's available. Exploration is all the stuff you can find, from fishing spots to campsites to caves and stuff. If you just want to check that out, and you can go to this waymark, kind of shows you. Let me go back to the bonfire. You know, you go over here. There's a hideaway tower here, and again, that tower automatically shows the map and then starts pointing out where battles are at, things that happen. There's like a chest there, and again, that's what these towers do. It helps you find and locate stuff. So, and that's kind of nice to see that. You can set and remove destinations, of course, and you can also do all. So that's why you get like 1,001 icons. But as far as open worlds are concerned, you know, I have played worse, obviously. There are way worse open world games out there to play than Dynasty Warriors 9. But it was really interesting. Again, their open world really just kind of showcases the vastness of this continent. And that's what it's about. It's about the vastness of this continent. And that's what I like about it more than anything.
You rabble! This is
I'm
our
gonna see about
territory.
taking
Time
these
to
guys
protest
out.
and go and show!
This will finish you off.
And using that counter button is really, really key in these battles. When you're fighting a lot of people.
Taking our territory.
Just to keep, like, basically moving and keeping those counters going, because you got to be on the lookout for that. And using your L1 to make sure you keep that. This is a pretty large-scale battle in the game to see this many characters. And something's going on, a cutscene or something happened. I've done something. Here we go.
The bandits will now disband. They have.
But we're going to go ahead and skip that just for now, because I need to do that. Unfortunately, Lubu is the NPC. Lubu has pretty much beat the story mission there for me without me having to do it. And so there you have it. That's what's going on there. Now in this area, of course, you can see it is snowing. And you see these various battles going on over here in the red. There's a chest over there too I need to go get. We can take over these bases, which helps build the morale of our troops and clears a way for them to move and work. And so I'm going to take out these guys.
This will finish you off.
Let's see here, who's left here? This relief captain, you want to get rid of him. Relief captains actually bring in reinforcements, so you want to take them out. we go. He's gone. I'm gonna run up here and get this stone. If you put it on action mode, the frame rate does take a little less tips. See, I'm gonna go up here, a little sneak attack on him with that white. There we go, that little triangle. And make sure everybody's taken care of. And everybody's running away now. And if you want to, you can pull out your bow and just go ahead and take out the rabble if I want to.
This territory.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. So I captured a little area. And again, some of the things that impresses me about this open world is like when it rains, it looks really interesting. The snowfall here, the flurries, the way it looks. And it's like, you know, it's nighttime. It looks exactly how you think it should look from a nighttime point of view. They did do a good job on the environment and whatnot. I do like it. And that got me some topaz claps. And I'll need those for later. And quality deer pelts and antlers. That can be turned into the dilettante. That's like a hunter at some of the towns, and that you can get rewards and stuff for that. And then the snow, of course, stopped. Moon is rising high. I'm out of the area. And again, I do appreciate the game's environments, and I do appreciate the vastness of it. And it's probably the one time that I will give a game a pass. And not just because I'm a Dynasty Warriors 9 fan or Dynasty Warriors fan in general. It's because that's what this was about. They talked about this, saying the open world China, and you can go and find towns and go and do things and find things and fish and find these little hideaways and talk to people and create bodyguards, and then you see a friendship meter grow and this and that, and what you're basically seeing, and they were all about, and go explore and see just how large this continent is, and it's huge. And it may not be to scale, but man, you would think, you almost feel like it is, because it is just giant, enormous. It is huge, comparatively speaking. It is just a very big game. Now, I'm just kind of fighting stuff now, trying to take over this base. Get attacked from all sides of the field. Again, because I'm fighting the Musou event's going on now, so I am getting better experience than normal, which is great. And not just that, but the fact that I am getting more experience, and you gain Musou faster too, so that's kind of nice. They've been doing these weird little weekly, monthly events, and that's kind of cool that they are doing that. And I do like that aspect. I gotta go up here and finish off these guys. I'm not too concerned about the bow captains. I'm about ready to do. I'm gonna draw these guys in, and then hit my Musou attack and try to do some damage. If you can get them grouped like this, it's pretty darn hootin'.
Victory comes by my hand. Mercy is for the weak.
There we go. Take him out, get his treasure,
yes!
and they all ran.
I have captured this territory.
Now I've got this area. This is my little area, which is good. Captured a little base outside this checkpoint gate here. And again, I don't know. There was just something about the game. You know, other open world games that don't have a lot of interactiveness and don't have a lot of stuff, I don't necessarily find them to be bad or good. I just look at them differently. And I feel like I will play them, but at the same time, I also feel like it's missing something. But then I'll play, you know, let's see here. Another thing there, some stuff that I need. I still play them, but I'm always longing for more interactivity. In this game, I do, but then I don't, because I embraced what they're ultimately trying to show you is these this majestic, vast, open area of land, and you're just kind of like, oh, okay, and you're exploring and going from point A to point B a lot. But I've spent time in the mountains. I said earlier, I found temples. I found stuff that's not on the map, just stuff that I'm looking for. See, I'm doing that to find these chests right now. See, I've been finding them, just kind of rolling around here. I'm almost to the next, I guess, story mission or whatever's next. If it's a town, I can actually switch over to one of the legendary horses that they decided to give everyone, and whatnot. I really should clear out that base, but I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to see what is in it's just a little town, so there isn't going to be a whole lot. There's a blacksmith and an item thing. It's going to go to the next story mission, since it's gotten to that point. And this is, again, Open World Week is all about talking about the game, the open world genre, talking about the open world games in and of itself. And Dynasty Warriors 9 went open world, and it was the first time that they had done anything like that. And, you know, you could tell they were rookies, and they hadn't been doing it a lot. Had they been doing it the whole time, it might have been different, because they've already perfected the actual Dynasty Warriors formula when it comes to you know, the combat and how they won against 1,000 kind of situation. But in the open world, they really haven't. They haven't had a whole lot of they haven't had a whole lot in the way of like doing any kind of open world thing outside of Token 2. In Token 2's world, I'd have to play it to show you, just like, while it is an open world, it's just mainly go here, hunt that, come back kind of situation, go back to town. It's not a hub-based open world, but in some respects it almost might as well be, you know. So that's kind of what's going on there. And but as far as the open world, when it comes to Dynasty Warriors 9, I like it, and I like it because I do like the fact that you can literally just pick a direction and go. It is so vast. It has a variety of biomes and landscapes. There is stuff to find and explore, and interesting legendary creatures to fight. Like there's a level 99 like bears and tigers and different things that are unique animals, and you find those in the game world as well. So there is a lot of RPG tropes, but in its open world, yes, it is using, you know, the kind of just this base landscape for everything. But generally speaking, it's not bad. You know, it has its moments. I do find myself, like, when I'm playing the game, I'm always like, hey, you know, it might be all right to get into this. So let's see here. I don't think these are all the different towns I think I've been to. It's just ridiculous. But yes, so in the open world of Dynasty Warriors 9, it is vast, but it is empty. And I think its strong points is the world itself, where you see the rain and the snow fall and the different biomes. But some of its weaknesses is the fact that it is empty. And even though that was, you know, it should be, if you stop and really think about ancient Chinese, you know, that's how it would have been. It would have been a lot of land and a lot of mass. But at the same time, it could have been a slight missed opportunity there, when they could have just said, you know what, we'll populate with people. They'll wander around the game world. You don't really run into that out in the open world. You don't run into you know, some wagons riding by or whatever. You just don't. It's not something that you're going to run into, and it's a shame, because I would love for them to I wish you could, and you don't, and it's a shame. I'm using my trank arrows on this thing. I captured a deer, so that's actually pretty neat. I go to Diatante, or whatever his name is, and now I can actually have that deer follow me around. And the actual funny thing is, if you a tiger or whatever, the animals level up with you, so that's kind of neat, and I like that. But there's this whole capturing element in the game for these animals, so, and I do like that aspect. I'm just trying to roll around here now, so and see what's out there to explore, scope it out. Those are wolves. I wouldn't mind having a wolf if I can. I don't know if I have enough trank arrows to. Okay, I captured them. Sometimes you have to hit them a lot, and sometimes you don't. That was kind of a lucky shot, I think. So now I can go to a town. That has a stable, and I can actually have my animal follow me around. So that's kind of neat. Because I don't think I can do it from the menu, not to my knowledge. Let me double check just to be on the safe side. But you know, the Open World Week is a celebration of all things open world, and having Open World Week is just my way of showing my appreciation and love for the game, and also showing that, you know, again, like with this particular game, it's interesting. Yeah, I had to be in a stable, so that's what's going on here. But just to be able to play this game and the different stories and Three Kingdoms characters while leveling them up, while traversing China, while exploring. Like, again, if you want some of the more interesting animals and you can capture every animal, you kind of have to go out in the game world, go to some of the more distant points on the map, and try to get those animals by capturing with trank arrows and buying those or crafting those. It's really all a matter of what, you know, you get out of the game, what you want to get out of it. If some people, I can see their side, and they say, well, no, it was boring, there was nothing to do, it's just this big open world with nothing going on. And then other people that played it that liked it said, no, it's cool, because like me, they went out and explored, they went out and seen what was out there, just to see, you know, even if it is slightly empty when it comes to its NPCs and things, and you're just kind of out here doing your own thing, there's nothing wrong with that. And for me, you know, open world games don't necessarily all have to be that way. I, again, judge everything on, I like games that let me have much more interaction with the NPCs and the game environment, such as your Watch Dogs and your Red Dead 2, as I talked about earlier this week. But this game here, for me, it's a little different. I, like, this guy's a merchant here. Again, occasionally you come across stuff, and you want to talk to this guy here, for example, and I can talk to him and buy stuff or craft stuff if I need. There's different, you know, he's got different portable bonfire, and only one can be set. He's got vitality power, so if I need to buy more, I can. If I need to buy some fire arrows and stuff, and he's got stuff, and occasionally you come across this kind of thing, traveling merchants and stuff like along that lines. So this is one of those open worlds that you kind of have to try, and you kind of have to go and play, and you kind of have to go and do, and you have to spend some time in it to get the gist of it, because it's interesting to traverse a long period, and then come across something interesting, a new or unique powerful animal or bandit king. And sometimes you'll come across somebody that's like, hey, you know, we heard that you did this or that. And so again, it's like growing one of the Three Kingdoms warriors is like legends, so to speak, so you can get you can make that your own. So again, did Dynasty Warriors 9 need to go open world? No. Am I glad that they did? I'm very glad that they did, because I think it's a good game. It's let's see what I got here. I can throw some fire arrows at him. Poison arrows here. Try to poison these guys, do some damage. Oh, this is like a named general here, so everything's gonna have a launch attack on him.
Done well, Lingji. However, try not to overdo it.
Lingji is Lulu's daughter. That's who I am playing. Let me take care of these guys.
A most splendid display of might and prowess.
Now it's my turn.
All right, And as you can see here, I discovered the base's supplies. So once you go into the base,
I have captured this territory.
you will find there should be, let's see, over here. There's still some guys left, so let's go ahead and take care of these guys. Get rid of this captain. Boom, done. There's the supplies there that he just dropped, so that's nice.
Yes, I have captured this territory.
Alright, so again, capture the base and continue on. Again, I find, like I said, the open world in Dynasty Warriors 9 is what it is, and it's the best that you can make of it. And if you do spend some time in it, or if you do decide to get it now that it's cheap, there is a lot of DLC for it. I disagree with the fact that they had 3 season passes. I think that's ridiculous. Again, sort of a lot of cardinal sins broken on this one. There's another one of those towers. You always want to try to get those anytime you see them, just so you can see. So it'll show you everything that's available in the particular area. Dynasty Warriors 9, as I said before, did it need to go open world? No. But I am glad that it did. It took a chance, did something different, and again, the idea of the vastness of the space. Like, here's this right here. This is the hideaway. I can buy that house, and I can stay there, change clothes, furniture it, send out for someone to visit. You can do a variety of things, and to get over there faster, I would have to take this boat. It's just faster to do it that way. So if I want to do that, the best thing I can do is set and remove that destination, and it's going to give me that icon. I'm going to call my horse. I just want to show you again another thing that you can do in this game in its open world. And there's a chest over here. Always grab those. They have some of the better materials, and usually it's surrounded by materials, so that's always good. There we go. You automatically get the stuff that's in the boxes there. Those quality stuff, you need all that to make certain things, and you want quality. And the better quality, like the yellow items and stuff, the stuff that says quality, that's how you make your better weapons, your better gems, to socket into your weapon to do a variety of effects such as fire and lightning and wind and all that good stuff there. But we're going to go ahead and head over here. There's another chest, actually. And that's one of the things that I have found in the game, is I believe a lot of this stuff is somewhat procedural. It just feels that way to me. I could be wrong, but I always try to get the stuff. I'm almost at the boat, so let's run ahead. My horse keeps leveling up. The bar on the bottom keeps getting bigger. Eventually you'll have pretty much most of the screen, and you can run for a long period of time. I'm going to cross this lake. Again, change of scenery. Look, bamboo forest. You know, everything's animated. It's nice and crisp. And that's one of the things I like. It's also a base. So let's go ahead and take this out. I surprised them. Got a surprise attack there. Done. The rest of these guys will run away. I discovered the base supplies. I got those topaz circlet. Got some gold. And now I have a shipping area. So this guy will take me across.
I have captured this territory.
This here. He's going to take me across. Now I can swim, but it's kind of slow. And that's going to stop there. It would have been nice if they would have had some boats and stuff that you could physically do yourself. But now that I'm across the way, what you can do now is, since I want to go to this hideaway, I'm going to put that destination there. And there's a tower I've already gotten at some point over here. I need my horse because it's much faster running with the horse than running on foot. So we're going to do that. Run over to this hideout here. Now you do have to buy them, but they're always good to have because they're also fast travel points. And again, I'm just showing you a little bit of what you can do in the open world of Dynasty Warriors 9. Yes, it's vast, it's empty in many spots, but there is a lot more to do than most people would ever think. Let's see here, we're going to park my horse and jump off. This guy will sell you this home.
Actually,
and it's 30,000 gold. I'm going to go ahead and purchase it. So now that I have it, I can open it up. And this is my unfurnished kind of home. There's already a few items in here. I can change the costume here, for example. I can go to regular costume. I can go to informal clothes. let's say if I go to go here, you get the regular costume, informal clothes, and her Dodal costume, which is basically what she's wearing with all the white armor and stuff kind of removed. Oh, Jesus, not what I wanted to do. I need my regular costume back on. Thank you. Another thing you can do, you can actually change the costume of any of the people if you want. That wasn't in the game originally. You can go into, let's see here, if I can remember the menu setting. There's a setting that lets you, there's your letters, and you can, people I'm acquainted with, I can send to people. Right now I'm only acquainted with these two people, but if I want to send something to, say, Zhang Liao, I can do that, and I can do, and hit yes, it'll send him a letter. He eventually will show up and come visit my house. I'm trying to remember, let's see here. Oh yeah, so what I can do is in this home, again, part of the thing is I can go to the select the hideaway. I can do an arrange of furniture, change my animals, my costumes. I can advance the time. So if I want to change my companion to a wolf or deer, shows that he's level 1. Now the deer, as you can see, gives me a skill which reduces the movement speed of enemies with range, and a wolf will actually attack. It does a shocking roar, sends enemy flying when the player is hit. So we'll put a wolf in there, and you can have, like I said, 5 different companions. You can have a wolf, a tiger, a bear, oh my kind of situation. There is a guardian, something I have not earned yet. If I want to advance the time to morning or afternoon, I can. You can do your encyclopedia, you can craft, cook, gift, and change the music. If you get me, you can change the furniture. If you want to buy more furniture, you can really deck out your, you can put wall hangings up. There's a whole lot you can do in this particular hideaway thing. And here comes Zhang Liao, come to visit after I sent him a letter. You can talk to him.
I want to ask you something. I have need of your strength.
And then you come him under training. So then you go out here and he wants you to train, so you're going to fight him and just basically dog him out real fast. Got him. And my wolf, of course, is attacking. Got him.
My thanks. I will never forget this debt. Allow me.
So now I've obtained informer clothes for Zhang Liao, so to be used in battle. So when you call the letters, sometimes they give you quests, sometimes you fight them, you'll get rewards. So it's very, very good and important to try to, like, take the Dynasty Warriors 9 in the open world, and for what everybody says about it, but there is things to do. There are interesting things to actually achieve and accomplish in the game, so it's definitely worth your time. And it's really neat to have this little wolf companion with me now. He'll follow me wherever. And again, I want to reiterate, not necessary for the game series to go the open world route, but I'm very glad that they did. And I think anyone that was a Dynasty Warriors fan that may have not given this game a chance should give it a second chance. And if you just are new to the series and you want like an open world experience, this is really the way to go. Well, this has been another episode, Wednesday night of the Gaming Roundtable, brought to you by Unpaid Gamers. Check out Post-Human Guy's Leisure Plays and his podcast, and our guy on the PC, Mr. Ban Moss himself, the man, the myth, the Apex legend. He is kicking ass and taking names as always. And you can check out me, the People's Machine, on the Gaming Roundtable, and all of our videos. We did one last night about Red Dead. Post-Human Guy, the founder of Unpaid Gamers, came and joined me for a conversation, deep dive into that conversation, not just about Red Dead, but open world games in general. And tonight's episode, Dynasty Warriors 9, I just wanted to showcase another kind of interesting and oddball kind of game that went open world, which was unusual for this particular genre, especially for what Dynasty Warriors is known for. And I really appreciate you tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to Unpaid Gamers, subscribe to the Gaming Roundtable, subscribe to Ban Moss on the PC, and that is all I got for you right now. Continuing open world week, and we will see you next time on the Gaming Roundtable. And as always, gamers, Good gaming.